There's one thing that I hear over and over and over from people who have an elderly narcissistic parent that makes it really hard to find some kind of peace with the relationship. I'm Jennifer with Resilient Life Therapy. I've been a therapist for almost 30 years, and I help people learn how to navigate the crazy and the destructive dynamics with the narcissist. So, one of the things I hear over and over and over from people with an elderly narcissistic parent is they have to come to terms with the realization that it really is never going to be any different. As that elderly narcissistic parent gets closer to the end, you really start to realize things really are never going to change. And some people are not able to make this realization until after that parent dies. And then that is when it becomes the piece of grief of, oh my gosh, it really is never going to be different. Hopefully, you can do that before that parent dies so that it helps you in the process all the way along, but after they die, because there is grief and loss with that. And it's not even grief and loss about the person, that narcissistic parent themselves. It's the grief and loss. It's the death of hope. It's having to let go of the hope that it somehow someday was going to be different, and that somehow maybe at the very end that narcissistic parent would show up in a different way. So this is a big piece that people have to come to terms with. It's really hard. I talk a lot in my book, Surviving the Narcissist, about how to navigate the dynamics in a saner way. And a big part of that is having to come to terms with who and what the narcissist really is. So if you are struggling with that, I really encourage you to look at my book. It has a lot of great information there to help you figure out how to navigate this in a better way. Also, subscribe and like for a lot more great content on narcissism. Take care.